Okay, good evening, dear colleagues and tutor. It's a pleasure for me to share this space with you. This conference aims to expose the main aspect or concepts about creativity and its relevance in the teaching of English. In a general sense, creativity plays a fundamental role in the transformation of education. These changes or positive actions are intended to train people with elementary skills, both for the learning process and for everyday life. Creativity in a sure ways to generate new possibilities, to transform, innovate, and create teaching methodologies that enrich the learning process of a student. It is an aspect that constitutes a large part of the success of teaching processes. Um, in the teaching and learning of English, the methods that involve the execution of creativity with the ability to transform the environment in the classroom play an important role defines a different and favorable process for language learning. According to Gottman, creative behavior consists of an activity by which man creates a new order in the environment. There is a wide variety of creative methods to teach and learn English, including the use technological tools, the promotion of debates and critical discussion in the classroom, or the use of new materials and methods such as interpretation, role-playing, creation of posters, and audiovisual material, among others. Creativity is especially important in children. In English classes, creative thinking and the methods used to develop it help children to express themselves better, to gain a well of vocabulary, and to know how to listen to others. Creativity encourages children independence, consequently increasing their level of self-esteem since they feel capable and necessary. Creative methods allow children to communicate better, develop arguments, and speak confidently in front of others. On the other hand, by introducing activities that favor participation, sociability, and the ability to function successfully, even with a basic level of English are improved. The implementation of playful activities as didactic strategies help students to obtain a greater understanding and assimilation of the study contents. For PhDs, creativity constitutes the final form of children's symbolic play when it is assimilated to their thinking. In fact, from my perspective, the game is a very useful tool to run in the classroom and make a fun and enjoyable class in which a student can develop their full potential. According to the Crowley, when the child enters school, the game acquires new meanings, seems through with psychological, physical, moral, and intellectual capacities are developed. The purpose is to experience, note, and improve the teaching work every day. There is a process that is constantly changing, and the teacher must be ready to face the different situations in the teaching learning process. Freelance express that education cannot and should not be the context that inhibit the search, the ability to think and create, to argue, to question, to criticize, to do and to go beyond pre-established schemes. Take into account the essential performance of the teacher, or in my case, the performance as a future undergraduate, whose mission is to train as leaders capable of playing a role from research, pedagogical practice, methodological, and didactic innovation. With the used it, we must be able to question ourselves, review the work, and about or reading the didactics, the academic strategies, the attitudes, the investigative skill, as the case may be, with the purpose of fostering creativity, forming a student with integral capacities and with an effective domain on the English language. During my experience with the development of pedagogical practice, one of the pertinent factors that from my observation generate a great impact of the student was the use of didactic materials and the implementation of creative strategies different from those regularly used by the teacher of the school had been developing in the English classes. Students showed interest, released emotion, and are attentive to a class when it is constituted by new methodologies and new materials. Creativity in the teaching English is as incentive for students. When a class becomes very monotonous, the goal of the student will change from being the acquisition or learning to the desire to finish the classroom. On the contrary, when the children find attractive aspects implemented by the teacher during the development of the class, the mood to observe, listen, and learn will increase significantly. Okay, teacher partners, thank you for your attention. Now I will listen and answer each for your question.
Okay, so thanks for your exposition, Diana. As for me, I guess that your topic has a very good relation to Diego's topic. Of course, it's just a little bit more different because you are just talking more about creativity and strategies for teaching. And I have a particular question, but my question will be the last one because first of all, I would like to know if you guys have questions. That of course I know that you have questions in order to ask. So who wants to give the first question to Diana?
Uh,
Me, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Diana, for you, what is the most appropriate method to teach English?
Okay, Jeanette. For me, um, the use of technological tools such as EducaPlay, YouTube, and the immersion of English, implementation of games, and interaction in the classroom.
Okay, so thanks for that answer, Diana, and thanks for the question, Claudia. I really appreciate that. Even your question, Claudia, it's like similar as mine, but mine is the base for a question that I have prepared for Diana. But let me listen to another one. Who has another question, guys?
so partner, do you think that the material to teach influence the attitudes of the children?
Mm, can you repeat, please?
Okay. Do you think that the material to teach influence the attitudes of the children of the classroom?
Ah, okay. Yes, yes. I believe, for example, the game is a created method because it involves the participation of all students and the use of learning materials. And on the other hand, the children learn by having fun and experiencing new things and space.
Okay, very good. All right. Good for that question. I guess it was Jeanette. Diana, thanks for that answer. And what about the ma'ams? What do you think, guys, about Diana's topic? What question could you ask her?
Yes, I have a questions for Diana. And okay, Diana, good presentation. And I have another question for you. Do you think that the writing materials are nowadays useful for children who use technological devices?
Mm, there are some technology tool is not is not maybe indicate for children. Um, uh, pues for your knowledge is capacities. And I believe I believe that the methods created is adequate for children. For example, games and interaction, uh, teamwork, and the use material didactics.
Okay, so thanks for that question, Diego. Thanks for that answer, Diana. What about you, Antonio? What about your internet now is better in order to ask a question to Diana? No, I cannot hear you for real. I don't know, maybe most likely it's not your internet. Probably is maybe the device where you are having the classes from, probably your computer or cell phone where you're using. So let me just recommend you something. I don't listen to you for real. Let me recommend you something. Just try to reset your computer and then you just go back to the meeting. Most likely, maybe it's your computer, or try to reset your router from your internet device. So, yeah, I just recommend you that. Thank you, Diego. And then I have my question regarding to all of your partners' questions that well are similar as mine, but I just want to ask you just regarding to the creativity that is for teaching, for example, English. Do you think English is difficult to learn?
Um, okay, teacher. Yes, the learning English and sometimes it's very difficult, but the created is ability perfect because it is a skill that converts a traditional teaching methodology into one that generates new sensation and experience in students, taking into account that motivate and interest are factor of great importance in the learning process. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Diana. And thank you guys for your question at the same time for asking to Diana regarding to this interesting topic. And Diana, by the way, I just wanna say that well, you were even with the classes. I mean, I remember in the tax number 2, and I have seen a great process with you. So just want to encourage you because your pronunciation now it has been better. Even you try to have a good tone of your voice. So when you try to talk, your tone of your voice is very like dynamic and just makes you like being listening to you very active. So that's something nice. At the same time, remember there are some words we need to be careful in order to pronounce very good. And well, there were just some grammars that would have to be like polished enough. But overall, it was a good presentation. Just continue working like that. Okay,
Okay.
very good. Very